medical marijuana. Legalized now in Pennsylvania. We're going to talk about that when we come back. This is Rob Bell, and this is Rob's Rant. Well, Governor Wolf has signed the bill in the legislature to pass the bill for medical marijuana to be legal. And so, although people are smoking weed like, it's going out of style, the fact that he legalized it, in terms of the medical marijuana piece, ain't going to mean a hell of a whole lot to nobody, because people are just going to continue to get high, and they're going to figure out a way to fall under the radar or the guidelines of being able to get weed legally so they can continue to get high. And if they don't, well, they'll just continue to buy it illegally. And even if you do, you get caught with a certain amount of weed, you can't get charged. It ain't no biggie no more. But it's crazy. Especially with all the, for the last 4 days, I've been talking about all the violence that has occurred in the city. And now you want to go ahead and make marijuana to some degree legal. And not, again, that's a big deal. But it just gives people another venue to get high. And I'll be willing to bet that most of the crime and most of the things that I talked about over the last 4 days, I'll be willing to bet, and even the young girls that stabbed each other, I'll be willing to bet people was under the influence of marijuana or some kind of drug. And I know for a fact that most of the people who are out there committing crimes are under the influence of drugs or alcohol. That's a fact. You can look up the statistic and see that. And so, although I'm not, coming on to tell people how to live their lives, I mean, if you want to get high, go ahead and get high. If you want to drink, get your drink on. But I am saying, stop acting like a damn fool when you get high and hurting people and hurting yourself and putting other people in bad situations. You get high, you want to get behind the wheel, you want to drive, you'll DUI, you're going to kill somebody. You're going to kill yourself. And, the whole trip about that is usually when people get behind the wheel and they drunk and they DUIs and they crash, they don't kill themselves, they kill somebody else. People out there getting high, smoking crack, smoking weed, they live forever. People out there running marathons and staying healthy and eating right drop dead of a heart attack at 40 years old. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, again, if you want to get down like that and you want to do that, then, do it in the way where you ain't hurting nobody else. But the flip side of this whole medical marijuana thing is this. Now, all of a sudden, they want to legalize it. We got all these brothers locked up in jail for slinging on the corners, where now these doctors are going to become legalized drug dealers. And only the legalized drug dealers are going to be privy to the farms and, the marijuana they can use to prescribe to people and all that. But they're still going to be locking the bros in the corner up for slinging. They're going to be locking people up, that's doing their thing, that are not under the auspices of being medical doctors so that they can sling weed. This world's a trip. Now they done figured out how they can make some revenue on it. And so now they want to relax the law and give people who are quote unquote educated people an opportunity to distribute marijuana medically. Man, look, all that's about is making money. You ready to make some people rich. When the brothers was out there trying to make themselves rich on the corner and take care of themselves and their families, you want to lock their ass up. And as a result, now we got mass incarceration up the yin-yang. The Philadelphia prison system is 7,000 inmates overpopulated. And the government has just given the city of Philadelphia a grant to try to reduce the population. And a good portion of those brothers down on State Road is locked up on drug charges. Many of it marijuana drug charges. And now the governor done signed the legislation to make medical marijuana legal. And you're going to give your boys an opportunity to get rich while my boys is locked up down on State Road. Something's wrong with this picture. And when I come back next week, I'm going to go off on y'all about this whole racism thing because I have gotten away from it for a while and I'm coming back. So for the person who asked me, hey, Rob, all you going to talk about is black issues? I said, no, I'm going to mix it up. And that's what I did. But I'm coming back. Why? Because I'm mad. Because ain't nobody listening to me. This is Rob Belt. And it's a Rob.